Hi! So there has been a lot of talk on the internet lately ever since Todd Howard dropped the bomb about 10% of over the 1,000 planets would have life on them. Now, I have seen many takes from the left and the right and the top and the bottom, but there aren't any real wrong opinions, obviously, right? Right? I wanted to give my take and my opinion on why I think that less is more. When the Bethesda fan base and the community first heard that there would be over 1,000 planets, the world collectively gasped at the idea that Bethesda had gone above and beyond when it comes to scale and scope, instead of just sticking to one solar system like we had all previously assumed. Now, Bethesda has always used procedural generation to quite literally generate their base world and then tailor it with handcrafted assets, flora, fauna, etc. So the idea of over 1,000 procedurally generated planets using that same logic and comparison is sort of something that shouldn't come as much of a surprise when it comes to the next big step in terms of the way Bethesda develops their games. After the 1,000 planet reveal, though, it raised a couple of eyebrows from many people who wondered just what exactly would be on each planet and how big and empty would they be. Todd and the team have been very vocal that this is by far their biggest game with more handcrafted content from Skyrim and Fallout combined, and that includes voice dialogue lines. So is bigger better? Picture this! Let's say there are exactly 1,000 planets. Let's say 75% of planets had life on them. That would mean 750 of those planets would have life on them. So, to put it in perspective, imagine landing on 100 of those planets, and every one of them had some form of life, and for most players, this could cause exploration burnout by your 50th landing. Now, I won't get into the realistic debate about, how life in general, we don't have a lot of life in general. But in terms of being excited about Bethesda Starfield and its question, what's out there? You would probably come to assume you would know the majority of what's out there because every single time you landed, you would find yet another set of flora and fauna with different characteristics, and the surprise would be diluted heavily. 10% of the over 1,000 planets that are in Starfield have life. That's a fact. Meaning on the opposite end of the spectrum of what I just described a second ago, the player would feel so much more rewarded when landing on a planet and discovering that rare site of life, and feel much more encouraged to explore with the idea of possibly running into more life. And of course, this wouldn't be a Starfield video if I didn't make a No Man's Sky comparison. For all the great things that No Man's Sky does do great, I'd say that 80% of an unlimited universe has life on it, and not all of it flattering. You're hovering over a planet thinking, I wonder if there's life on this planet, and what kind? When the reality is, there is life on the planet. You look to the planet on your left, knowing there's life on that too, then the one on your right. And then the idea pops into your head, oh my god, every time I look at a system, there's probably going to be life on it. I don't know if I care that much now. And that's where the exploration burnout begins. Now, this is just my take on it, and I'm personally very excited because I might find a type of life that my friend hasn't discovered in 30, 40 hours or more later, and that idea is really cool to me. And when you compare that to the different playstyles that each player will have. But hey, that's just my opinion, and I want to know yours down in the comments below, and thank you all so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. Maybe the other way around. Thank you for everything. Goodbye.